sometimes the princess would say to me, "Paul, tell me what you think, Paul." And I'd say, "Are you sure you want to hear what I think? Because you might not like it." "No, it's always best to be honest and true." So I'd say what I felt, and sometimes the princess wouldn't speak to me for the next 2 days. Well, since leaving Royal Service, I've become a known person. And it's been very strange because in that world, I was unknown, invisible, and I had to be a go-between between them and the rest of the world. No one could know who I was. It was only when Princess Diana died that the world began to know who Paul Burrell was and what he did. And really, I lost my anonymity. I lost something very special. I didn't realize at the time that the light would shine on me. And once the toothpaste was out the tube, you couldn't put it back. So I had to learn quickly how to survive and get on with this new known fame. It's like walking a tightrope, really. Sometimes I fell off it, I made mistakes, and sometimes I stayed on it and did well. But that's like life, isn't it? We all make mistakes. And in this new world of being known and representing these two incredible, unique, and inspirational women, I have made mistakes and I admit them. But you know, I always rely on what the princess told me. She said, "Paul, never be concerned about your reputation. Your reputation is what people think you are. Be concerned about your character, because that's who you are." And those words echo through my head on a daily basis. Paul, be you, be yourself. Don't be what someone's expecting you to be. Just be Paul. And that's who I was for Diana and the Queen. Again, I'm lucky because those two women shaped me into the man I am today. And what you see is their education. They taught me well. They taught me about life and people, and what matters most in life are people. How Miss Celebrity Get Me Out of Here for ITV was an incredible experience. Again, I'm the only man that's done it 3 times. I did it in 2004, 2022 in South Africa, and I did it also for Australia in 2018. A version that you didn't see. So I think the jungle has taught me a lot about people too. Being in the confined space of a jungle camp and being deprived of the outside world and everything in it, you have to survive. And in a way, that's been my life, surviving. And I don't know how I survived against the odds, but I did. And I survived in the jungle. It made me a household name in the United Kingdom. And in Australia too. They all know me down under. So I think the jungle taught me how to be me as well. And not just to be a royal servant, but just how to be Paul Burrell. Because I'd forgotten how to be Paul Burrell. Because coming into this media world, people expect something more. And I sort of forgot who Paul was. And I had to go back to my early days with the Queen and the Princess to remember what I stood for, the values I stood for. And it taught me a lot. The jungle did. But walking down the street today and being recognized by people, I don't think I'll ever get used to that. Because it's really strange for people to shout out, "Hello, Paul, how are you?" But again, taking a leaf from the Princess's book, I always stop. I always say hello. I always chat about their lives because that's their one chance of having a connection to something really special. Not me, it's the people I worked for. I always say to myself, I have a great debt to both Queen Elizabeth II and Princess Diana to tell the truth. And I promised them that I would always say what I felt and thought, the truth, whether they liked it or not. Sometimes the princess would say to me, "Paul, tell me what you think, Paul." And I'd say, "Are you sure you want to hear what I think? Because you might not like it." No, it's always best to be honest and true. So I'd say what I felt, and sometimes the princess wouldn't speak to me for the next 2 days. That's the price I paid for telling the truth. So the price I pay for telling the truth is sometimes people don't like me, or sometimes people don't understand me. It's difficult for people to understand the world I lived in because it's a remote world which not many people ever see. And the jobs I did for those two ladies in my life, well, no one was ever there. It's just me and them. They know that I'm true, faithful, and loyal. They know what I haven't said. And that's the key. As I said to the Queen at Buckingham Palace, we stood there for 2 hours chatting away after the death of Diana, Princess of Wales. And she said, "Well, I am a remote figure and people don't understand me at times and they won't understand you as well." And I said, "Well, Your Majesty, as long as I always tell the truth, I can't come unstuck, can I? Because my mother always taught me that like a bottle of milk, the cream always comes to the top, always, and the truth always comes out in the end." I think losing Princess Diana in my life, it's hard to explain to people that this woman was the center of my universe because she was a famous princess, the most beautiful woman in the world, and people don't understand how close I was to her. I was there every single day. I mopped up the tears. I was there in happy times and in sad times. I experienced everything. I have only my character to build by telling the truth. And my resilience has grown over the years because I do know the truth. And I'm not going to be told by a journalist or a reporter who were never there at the time what I saw or heard, because I was there. I have to rely on my character and who I am, and remember why I was employed for those 21 years to take care of those very special people. And I am who I am. I can't change who I am. But maybe I was born in a different age. Maybe I don't belong to this world today. I belong to a very different world, which comes from a long time ago. When audiences engage me for an after-dinner speech, they will have an inside view of what happened behind closed doors between 1976 and 1997, my 21 years of royal service, which encaptured both Queen Elizabeth II, her Silver Jubilee, and of course the tragic loss of Princess Diana, and everything in between. I lived in the golden era of royal service. It will never be the same again. There isn't anyone else that can tell you what actually happened inside Buckingham Palace and those four walls of Balmoral or Buckingham Palace, or those four walls of Balmoral, Sandringham, the Palace of Holyrood House, and on board the Royal Yacht Britannia. So I have a plethora of stories, some funny, some sad, which I think you will find engaging. I think you will enjoy an evening with Paul Burrell, the Royal Butler.